Good morning, guys. JT here, and here are my takeaways from today's UWM Sales Huddle. And by the way, guys, my hope is that you find one or two things of value that will make a difference in your day, week, month, year, and life. And if that is the case, then hey, I've done my job. And if that's the case, then hey, these videos are well worth whatever I'm doing. So let's get right to it, guys. So number one, we talk about the borrower will always remember how we made them feel. The borrower will always remember the experience. The borrower will always remember how many times you went back to them and asked them for the same item, or how many times you went back and you told them, hey, and by the way, we're there. However, the underwriter's asking for this. And then you go back and hey, and by the way, they asked me for this again, okay? You ask for so much that you even frustrate yourself. Okay? Given that we have kept in mind that the borrower will always remember how we make them feel, team, it is very important that you use the ultimate submission feature here at GoTo Mortgage Solutions. Every single file ought to be going through the ultimate submission feature. Number two, guys, control your price. We've talked about this in previous JT's takeaways. If you still have any questions about this, please reach out to me and I will walk you through this. And if you are a loan officer that's not at GoTo, please do me a huge favor and reach out to me and ask me about control your price. It's something that we have, something that GoTo Mortgage Solutions has that nobody on the retail has even the capacity of doing what we have the capacity of doing at the control your price level. So look forward to talking to you on that. And number three, guys, track. Guys, we talk about it all the time. Track is this feature that we have that if the property qualifies for a title insurance, we can get the title insurance waived. And when you do that, you save the consumer thousands and thousands of dollars, and upwards of $4,000 on a per file basis. Okay, it's equivalent to the appraisal waiver. Okay, so if the property qualifies for an appraisal waiver, well then you don't have to order the appraisal. Hence, you save the consumer $400. Momentum. I believe right now we have a momentum, and it's very important that we keep that momentum throughout April, May, June, July, August, September. Why? Because rates did go up, and on top of that, there's a shortage of homes. Okay, yes, we don't have 50, 60 offers, $150,000, $200,000 above asking, right? But there is still offers out there. I've actually seen anywhere from 7 to 15 and upwards of 15 offers on a per property basis right now, today, okay, as of this Wednesday. So we're busy. We blew up. Our business took off ever since the beginning of February. And so, guys, those of you that are doing very good right now, please do not take the foot off your pedal. Families are relying on us right now. Families are out there visiting open houses. Families are out there on the internet doing research, looking at who has the best down payment assistance, looking at who can better help their needs, wants, desires, and goals. But it is required that you as a loan officer do not take the foot off the pedal. Do not take it easy. If you do, you're done. You cannot afford to take it easy in this market right now. This is a normal market. It's going to be like this for at least a good 12, 24 months. So keep that in mind. And guys, this one, I always love this. When Matt tells us how many people were in attendance, this just tells me how many people are committed. And so that tells you that those left in the business right now are serious about getting better. Okay, guys? So keep that in mind. And my question to you is, how are you and what are you doing to get better? Fourth and goal. I like this analogy. Fourth and goal. I'm not much of a football player. I'm not much of a basketball player. However, once in a while I do watch basketball. Once in a while I do watch football, right? And I know what it is to be a fourth and goal, right? That means that you are in the fourth quarter, and at this point is you're going, right? Or picture this, if you're playing basketball, right? It's the fourth quarter and you're down to the last minute. What's gonna happen? I think that is where we are at right now. And last week, I told you guys about this season right now. This season is a career differentiator for many of you guys. Not for me. I've already been doing this for 17 years, and I'm gonna continue to do this for a good 20, 25, 30 years. Who knows? I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be here, but I'm here for the long haul. So what I'm trying to tell you is that right now is when you are all in, regardless if you are tired, regardless of what is happening on the back end. Right now is where the best players on the team are playing. Right now is where fourth quarter, we're either running the ball or we are going for a Hail Mary, but we are being strategic and we are going. And I believe that everyone else that knows what they're doing, that's experienced and that knows a thing or two about the business is also has that mindset of it's fourth and goal. So keep that in mind. And my question to you is, are you playing as if it's fourth and goal? Are you playing as if though you're in the last inning and bases are loaded? Are you playing as if though you're on that basketball team and it's the end of the fourth quarter, you got 1 minute left? Are you? If not, then hey, you've got time to pick up the slack and let's go. And that includes working on Saturdays, that includes working on Sundays. Number 7, discipline or pain. You choose. Either way, both are painful. Either way, they both have some kind of a suffering. Either way, one of them has a reward. I'll give you an example. When I was competing not too long ago, I was in a position where I had to do cardio 1 hour every single day for at least 3 months. 90 days, 1 hour of cardio. The last 30 days, 2 hours of cardio. That was painful. That was discipline. At the end of the competition, I placed 3rd place. At the end of the competition, I could have also not won. However, okay, that was discipline. The pain could have been me, not looking good for the competition. The pain could have been the pain of regret, the pain of Jesus. I should have gone harder. I should have jumped on the treadmill that 1 week in between the 90 days that I took off, and I shouldn't have ate that cake. Discipline or pain. Play now, pay later. Pay now, play later. Either way, one must have to pay. Now or later, you decide. Number 8, home sales. Homes are selling, deals are being done. Now, you as a loan officer, okay, you are pre-approving clients. And the purpose behind that is that so they purchase a home. However, you will be spinning your wheels if you are not following up with your pre-approved borrowers. You are spinning your wheels if you are simply pre-approving the borrower and you let them wonder. It's equivalent to picture this. Picture you taking your niece or your son to the park and they're learning how to use the bike. Or you get to a position where there's kind of like an uphill, okay? So you're kind of pushing them and then all of a sudden you get to the top of the hill, right? But then it gets to a point where now it's time to go downhill. You're already kind of exhausted. So you kind of let your niece, nephew, or your son or your daughter go downhill, okay? But remember, it's probably the second, third time your niece, nephew, son, daughter is on a bike, and all of a sudden you let them go downhill. Now guess what? They're gonna get momentum. But what's gonna happen? You're tired, you've already let them go, you kind of got comfortable, okay? You're chilling, like, guess what? At that point, it's already too late. One or two things are gonna happen, okay? They're either going to make a right or a left. Hopefully, where they make a left or a right, there's a patch of grass and they land on the grass. Otherwise, who knows where they're gonna land? The whole point behind that example was, when you're pre-approving someone and you've pre-approved them, you've put them on a bike, make sure that you hold their hand. Otherwise, they're gonna go with somebody else that's gonna help them ride the bike, hold them by their hand, and show them the way. Don't be that guy. And then number 9, okay? This one was a brand new one. Communication is key, and communication is on the communicator. Now check this out. Kind of broke it down in 4 different ways. There's 4 different types of communicators. Number 1, you've got the builder. The builder is fast, is a mover, straight to the point type of a person, okay? Then you've got the planner, methodical, right? It's got to write everything down. It's got to be done. It's got to be completed before it's actually started. And then you've got the relator, talks about the plan, right? He builds rapport and likes to talk to people. And then you've got the adventurer, okay? They like new things and often like to ask, what do you think? And what do you think? What's your thought? How would you approach this? As a communicator, I believe that every single loan officer ought to be a great communicator because that is our job, right? And that is the one thing we have control of. In the mortgage industry, there's not a whole lot of things we do have control of, with the exception of communication. So realize that there's 4 different types of communicators. Number 1, the builder. Number 2, the planner. Number 3, the relator. And number 4, the adventurer. So keep that in mind and be conscious of who you are speaking to, or be conscious of what type of a communicator you are. And then number 10, should have. I should have gone to the gym, or I shouldn't have done that, or I should have gone this. Stop shoulding all over yourself. Anthony Robbins says that. Now, Think about that. There's no worse feeling than saying, I should have done that. I should have listened to him, or I should have listened to her, or I should have done this, or I shouldn't have done that. Stop. Just plan your day, plan your week, plan your month, and work your plan. It's the fourth quarter. It's fourth and go. Let's go. That's what it really comes down to nowadays. Number 11, break the chain. You ever been to a circus? And if so, when was the last time you went to a circus? And in that circus, did you see any animals perform? Do you think that those animals act that way? And in order for them to perform, they've got to be set free, right? In other words, they didn't have any chains around them. However, they do have invisible chains, okay? They've been chained for such a long period of time, unfortunately, that they operate as if though they have a chain tied. Oftentimes, a lot of us operate as if though there's a chain tied to our hands, tied to our feet. Ask yourself, are you operating as if though there is a chain tied to your neck, leg, or hand? And if so, what is that costing you? And if so, what is that stopping you from doing? Ask yourself that question and recognize and move on. Remember, it is a fourth quarter. There's momentum right now. Just gotta jump on that momentum wave and take off. And I promise you, it will never be the same. But you gotta recognize it. Number 13, Matt himself said this. Human beings remember how you make them feel. My book of the month last month was Unreasonable Hospitality. And I'd have been reading all about that. Okay, how the human being remembers how one was treated or how the business treated them. Well, check this out. Human beings remember how you make them feel. Hardly do they remember anything else. Now, knowing that, how are your clients remember how you make them feel? Like another number? Like another application? How do they remember how you made them feel? How are you consciously making them feel? Some food for thought. Number 14, 2 qualities of a prolific salesperson. Number 1, consistency. And number 2, they're always available. Consistently being always available will make you stand out. Right now, guys. In one of the videos that I did last week, I talked about how I was talking to a real estate agent, how he was telling me that there's a lot of loan officers calling him and asking for business. And he said, yeah, hey, I'd be happy to feed you business. I'd encourage you to come to my open house. I'm having an open house this weekend. And then he would tell me that the loan officers wouldn't show up. That's not gonna go very far. That's not gonna help. If they're telling you and if they're giving you the address to the open house and they're saying, hey, come on over, and you don't show up, guys, come on, really? So you've gotta consistently show up, you gotta consistently be available, and you've gotta consistently be there. Those are the qualities of a prolific salesperson. And last but not least, guys, the second quarter is upon us. I know earlier in the video, I told you that it's fourth and goal. I know that earlier in the video, I told you that it's bases are loaded and it's the 7th inning. That's the season we are in right now, okay? But it is as if though we're in the fourth quarter. But in reality, the second quarter of 2023 is upon us. My question to you is, how was quarter number 1? How did you perform quarter number 1? And what adjustments or what strategies are you gonna have for the second quarter of 2023? And what's gonna be different? Some food for thought. Ask yourself that question. Are you only committed to helping one family a month? Or are you committed to serving the go-to mission? We believe that everyone deserves to own a home. We make that possible by bringing education to the communities in which we do loans, by providing awareness, solutions, and many, 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 many more things. What's gonna be different in this second quarter? Ask yourself that. I hope that you found this of value. I hope that it makes a difference in your day, and I hope that you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, as many as you want. If you apply them in your day, apply them in your week, apply them in your month, apply them in your life for the better. Hope you found them of value. JT here. Till next one. Thank you.